Fred, what's the message to the guys after that?
Well, obviously it was a not a good start for us tonight. Get down 13-2 and dig ourselves that type of hole. Get down 16, and then we started playing. I thought we did a really good job of battling, getting back, activity. Defensively, we got our hands on balls, deflections, got us out in transition, which is when we're at our best. We missed a lot of shots at the rim tonight. I think we missed 10 layups in the first half. Big one right there at the end where Wieskamp hit the 2 free throws. We miss a layup, and then Frederick hits the 3 to put them up 11 at the half. And second half we come up, make the first basket, get it back to single digits, and again then miss 4 layups. It's just deflating. It's deflating when we don't have when we don't convert those shots right there at the basket. Give Iowa a lot of credit. They were phenomenal tonight. Wieskamp was incredible. We did not do a good job closing to him. He got around us, got confident, and that's when those threes started dropping. And Garza, he's in my mind, as good a player as there is in the country right now. He just plays so hard. That's the thing that I love about that kid more than anything. He's obviously got a skill set. You can't stop him in the paint when he gets an angle. Carves out space as well as anybody I've seen at this level, and then his ability to step out and knock down the 3. But the thing I like most is his just intensity and effort and relentlessness, and it's a good lesson for our young players, to go out there and play with that type of effort every possession. For him, you don't know if it's the first possession or the last. He's running the same way down the floor. But my message to our guys, I've been on teams like this. I've played on teams where we've gone on slides. The only way out of it is continue to work. The only way out of it is to stay together and to keep battling every day. Not only on the court during a game, but we got to come with the right approach in a film session, in the right approach on the practice court, and that's the only way out of it. This league's a monster. There's no letting up. We got to go to Maryland for our next one, who's competing for a league championship right now. So just try to find a way to stay together as well as we can. But I give Iowa a lot of credit tonight. They came out ready to play.
If Fred, the start of that game, was that maybe the most concerning part of tonight? The fact that the way the Penn State game ended, had a week off, tried to send a message, and then it just kind of gets away from you right now.
Yeah, it's we've had some starts like that. The one thing I thought we continue to do is we tried to play the right way to get back into it. Second half we didn't. Second half we started pressing, we started chasing rebounds, got them loose in transition. That was the one thing I told them: if we're not going to get back in transition, to stay on the bus, because we didn't have a chance if that happened. They're too good, getting down the floor. They're too explosive. They have too many weapons. But yeah, it sure it is. We talk a lot about making them call the first time out, making the other team. We got off to a good start against Penn State, and then the second half was, like you said, it wasn't good. Tonight, I like, again, those 8 minutes in the first half when we got ourselves back in the game was the way we have to do things consistently moving forward. You can't play 12 minutes in a game. You can't play 35 minutes in this league and expect to win. You have to play a complete 40-minute game.
It looked like during that stretch that you guys really ramped up the intensity on defense, but offensively it seemed like you guys missed some opportunities. What did you see there?
Yeah, I thought we had some good looks. We were 1 for 10 from the 3-point line in the first half, and again, we missed 10 layups, and those are hard to make up for when you miss the good opportunities that you create for yourselves. Even a couple fast break layups we missed when we had 2-on-1 or 1-on-0. We missed one. You got to find a way to convert those. It's a lot different game. Instead of being down 11 going into halftime, you're down by 4 or 6. 2 possession games a lot different than when you look up there and you're down double figures. But again, that first half we played the right way to climb our way back into it. Second half, I thought we started chasing balls and doing some uncharacteristic things. And turnovers. You had 5 turnovers in the first 7 minutes in that second half.
You talked after the last game about some disappointment with effort relative to expectations for the team overall, with the runs in the first half and then the second half. Did you feel like you saw an improvement from the team throughout this week of practice?
Approach and practice I thought was good. Our guys came into work, and when I went back and watched that Penn State game, the first half, I thought our effort was really good. I thought we did a lot of good things defensively. In the first 14 possessions, we had 12 exactly how we wanted to play it. Wheeler hits 2 threes. He hadn't hit a 3 in a month. They hit a couple mid-range contested jump shots. It's what you want to give up, defensively. But then the second half, again, kind of snowballed once they got it rolling. And the same thing happened tonight. So, again, this league's too talented. If you have a stretch where you don't play well and then you lose your fundamentals and you lose the things that you need to focus on to stay in the game with the game plan, things can get ugly in a hurry.
Fred, the personnel on the floor, the five on the floor, seem to be maybe different than what we've seen a lot of the years so far. Was that in response to what you saw out of Iowa, or maybe a motivation, or get the guys?
Well, I told him after the Penn State game that minutes are up for grabs, and I thought Call had a really good week of practice. He said several good weeks of practice. I wanted to get him out there and give him an opportunity, and especially when things were going the wrong way. I wanted to get him in there and see if he could inject some life into the lineup, and I thought he did. He battled. I think we're averaging 1.3 blocks a game, and he had a pretty impressive block shot out there. I thought Gervais gave us a good lift in that first half as well. So, I just wanted to see the guys that came in to compete this week in practice. I wanted to reward them for that.
Fred, you've coached a few games in this building now, and being back here for the first time in a few years, being back coaching in the state of Iowa for the first time in a few years, what was that like for you personally?
It was really fun. Yeah, it was great game. No, listen, this is, the rivalry I played in, against Iowa as a player, and, just going all the way back to my roots at Ames, and, being a ball boy, watching some unbelievable, basketball games, going all the way back to Lute Olson, and, Raveling and Dr. Tom, and, seeing LaFesta Rose go for 54 in an overtime game in Hilton Coliseum, sitting behind the bench as a recruit, and, having the opportunity to play in this rivalry. I get emotional every time I see Chris Street's picture out there on the wall. I got an opportunity to say hello to his dad before the game, and spent a lot of nights at Chris's house, and we were practicing on the select team, and just to play in this rivalry and to coach in the rivalry was a lot of fun, just because of what it meant as a kid growing up in this state. When you have two very good teams and very good programs. And, again, we're obviously, at the beginning stages of where we are right now with our program. And, I am excited about our future. Whatever happens the rest of the year, I'm excited about what we have with players that are sitting out, with the potential recruiting class that we're going to sign, and hopefully we'll get this thing turned around. I look at my time at Iowa State, where we lost, I think 8, 9, or 10 in a row, that first year, and, we got it turned around pretty quickly. So, hopefully that same thing will happen. I know the guys are going to go out that we have here, and, hopefully finish this thing off the right way, regardless if we win or lose, to try to build habits, moving into our future, because I know we have some good players sitting out and some good guys coming in. What happens with that, I don't know. This league not only is really good, but it's really young, and it's going to be good for a long time.
Did you sense when you saw Iowa lose by 36 in the night?
Yeah, I didn't like that. That wasn't a good thing. I knew they'd come out with some fire, and I talked to our guys about that with standing runs. I knew they'd come out of the locker room with fire, and they did. But again, I was proud of our group for hanging in there, sticking in there, and finding a way to make it a manageable number. And then unfortunately, second half, just everything went wrong for us.
Do you have an update on Hanif?
Hanif is, the initial diagnosis is a calf contusion, and it sounds like he got landed on when there was a pile going after that loose ball. So we'll see how he reacts to it. Obviously, he was very tender and very sore. He could not put much weight on him.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.